Welcome to the Rural Communities Entrepreneur Interview Series, which is an initiative coordinated by Yukon and Yukon U and funded by Future Skills Canada. My name is Sol Suarez, and I'm here from the traditional territory of the Trondequichin in Dawson City. And here is one of my best friends and, I dare say, hero, Kirsty Wells from Molotov Bricks Tattoo in Whitehorse. Hi, Kirsty.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, very good. Good to see your face. So, Kirsty, for those who don't know you, do you want to talk about yourself and your business a bit?
My name is Kirsty Wells, and I was born and raised in Whitehorse in the Yukon. I help own and operate a business called Molotov Bricks Tattoos. It's a team of 3 people, myself, Dan Bushnell, and his wife, Sarah Gallagher, is the other tattoo artist in the shop alongside me. And Sarah Gallagher is kind of our hero behind the scenes, making all of the things work that us as simple artists cannot. We do all kinds of tattoos and also do a little bit of activism work in the community.
You started at SOVA, I remember that, and you started giving people tattoos, and then you moved to Germany for many years and you honed your skills and you had amazing adventures. Yeah, after all that amazing tour de force, what made you want to come back and start a business in the Yukon?
Well, the business had already been started. Molotov Bricks has existed for its 10th year. I would do a guest spot, which is essentially work out of another studio as an independent artist. And so I would come and work out of Molotov Bricks and catch up with some friends, take on some new clients, and get to visit my family all at the same time. So I started doing that about 3 or 4 years before moving back to the Yukon, and eventually Dan asked me to join the Molotov team. I ended up coming back to the Yukon from Germany purely out of happenstance and circumstance. Ended up falling in love with the place that I was born in a way that I wouldn't have anticipated.
It was always very clear to you that you were an artist, but when did you start considering yourself an entrepreneur or a business person?
I consider myself very lucky that I have people around me who help me see my work as a business. It does involve a good level of social media management and connection to our community, and I think that part feels more businessy. But still, to this day, I would have a hard time identifying as a business person because I'm primarily an artist.
I would argue precisely that perhaps the conception of what a business person is outdated, and people like you are redefining that. What is the best and the worst thing of running a business in a small community?
The best thing is that I get to make my own schedule. That's my most favorite thing about being a person who works for themselves, is that they get to dictate their own schedule, and that gives me a lot of freedom. It means that I can work as much as I want if I need the extra money. It means that I can take the time off if I'm wanting to go traveling or have other experiences. It means I can work as much or as little day to day as I want. And the only one who is in control of that is me. The hardest part about it is that I am in control of my schedule. So I also often overbook myself because I really like what I do. And I really, really have amazing clients right now. And I feel lucky about that, but it also makes the work life, personal life balance, really difficult. Owning your own business and being self-employed is really, really difficult. It's a lot of work, and it's not a 9 to 5. It's a 24-hour thing from the time you get up in the morning to the time you go to bed.
Is there a Yukoner that inspires you, or more than one that have always been a role model for you?
Dan Bushnell. We work incredibly close together, and he's a huge inspiration and support for me. If we're talking about other Yukoners, I would maybe say Sydney Oland of the Yukon Provisions. She's good at branding, man. she's pretty incredible, and she just has wild ideas that she makes work, and she inspires me in that way. So there's different criteria, I think, but both of those humans, Dan Bushnell and Sydney Oland, I would look up to very much.
Oh, I want to go hang out with all of you right now.
We're a good group, I think.
I think you are, yeah. In many cultures, as you know, tattoos are a rite of passage. They are symbols of power, of belonging, of protection, of rank. But a lot of the times, at least I see them, and I know that you do in a way too, I see them as spells. I mean, you're etching something in someone's skin that is a symbol that was chosen for a reason. The moment itself is kind of like a ritual in many ways. Your space is definitely like a temple, that's for sure. What do we want those tattoos to serve?
I think more often than not, and like under a wider umbrella, that you could talk about any client, regardless of whether you've talked about intention or why they're getting a tattoo for a frivolous or silly reason or a super serious reason or a commemorative reason. When we're talking about our bodies, quite often there is a sense of a lack of control on the person who signed up for said thing. I always want my work to bring is a feeling of empowerment for people, in that they can tell me like, hey, I want to take a break, I want this, I want that, and if I can make that happen for them, it's healthy for me, my client, and the tattoo, then why wouldn't I do that? It makes the tattoo better all around. And then going forth, that person has a reminder on their body that they can communicate to people about what their needs are, be that in tattooing, be that in relationships, be that in a work environment, be that just with their body in general, to say like, hey, no, I need a break. Hey, no, I want to stop. It gives them a chance to really have power in that. And I want that for people. So that's what I try to bring.
Thank you so much. And I love you so much, Kirsty. Thanks for sharing your story with me.
Thanks,
All right.